Definitely. I'll go ahead and introduce him. He is number one. He's got one of the best nicknames in MMA to date. I'm going to ask him information about that. He's actually another one of my old friends, Scott. It seems like I have more old friends in the MMA community than I could possibly keep track of. Nick the Goat Thompson joins us here on Shambala Sports Radio. Nick, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, guys. How's it going for you?
Yeah, we're we're a little flustered, but we're happy to have you on the program.
I don't know that I'm going to improve that. I'm normally terrible interviews, so I think your flusterance is only going to be raised.
Actually, Nick, I'll tell you what. Just a trip down memory lane. Back about 3 years ago, you and I conducted an interview together for a MySpace. Boy, I just had a brain fart. For a MySpace, you did an interview for me for a MySpace thing, and your interview was very well. So I'm not all too worried about you being a good interview.
All right, good deal.
Now, Nick, first question I want to throw out there for you. Again, I stated you've got probably the best nickname in MMA. Where did the nickname the GOAT emanate from?
It's a real nickname given to me by my friends to make fun of me. Not like I would have much rather had Pitbull or something cool like that. But it's not, it's not. It originally started out as a fainting goat because you know what fainting goats are?
Yes.
Okay, well, fantastic. For those of you that don't, go ahead and YouTube them right now. They're awesome. You open an umbrella and they pass out. Anything that startles them makes them pass out. So when I first started training, I wasn't very good. I just liked doing it. And I would get knocked out weekly in practice. So it was a fainting goat. And my asshole buddies would call me that, and it just stuck.
So it was sort of a rib that people played on you. They called you a name, and you decided to roll along with it, huh?
No, I hate that goddamn name. I'm just stuck with it now.
Okay, this is out to our Shambala Sports Radio fans and Five Knuckles community. We need to come up with a new nickname for Nick Thompson. That is your task, and we will put it. We will find a way to get in contact you, and we will get you a new nickname. We promise.
Let's do something awesome like that incorporates flaming skulls and dragons, like an affliction shirt. I want my nickname to be an affliction shirt.
Well, we could always call you like some variation of the Assassin. I mean, God knows there's 5,603 variations in the name Assassin in MMA. What's one more?
Yeah, assassins are scary. I would want to be confronted by an assassin.
Here we go.
Nick the
Cheesehead Assassin.
Nick the Red Dragon Thompson.
The red flaming skull of a dragon Thompson. I like that. I mean, it's not really.
Just from past history with you, just from talking to guys like Ron Faircloth and Brian Garrity and Jacob Volkman and some of the other Wisconsin/Minnesota MMA community. So what about the name Underwear Man? Because there seems to be a story with you guys running around in your underwear that they won't tell me details on.
I was running around in my underwear?
Yeah, for Nick Fruit of the Loom Thompson. There you go.
I don't even remember that. That's how I'm making shit up. I do like wearing my assless jockstrap around the gym as much as possible. That
might be it. Nick the Assless Jockstrap Thompson.
Yeah, Assless Chaps Thompson. I like it.
There you go.
We have one in the chat room, Nick the Pirate Hooker Thompson.
Pirate Hooker?
Well,
there's not enough skulls.
So, am I frequenting pirate hookers, or am I myself the pirate hooker?
It says the Pirate Hooker. So. I
don't know if I'll go with that.
Nick, the question is,
although I've agreed to let you guys choose my nickname, so I really hope somebody else gets in the chat room and says something. Otherwise, it is going to be the Pirate Hooker. I'm legally bound.
I'm just throwing what's coming up in the chat room right now. So I mean, that's one is saying Nick Assless Chaps Thompson. So I'm going to probably go away from that one.
Scott, why do I have a feeling that's a Natalia Baj special?
That's exactly who it is. Now, there's a bit of news that came out. I mean, let's kind of jump into it. What's going on with you? What's happening for this weekend?
Well, on Saturday during a sparring session, I tore up my knee. Was hopeful that I'd be able to go because it's nothing career-threatening or anything. But I've had torn meniscus, had it for a while. I went to throw a kick and it got stuck and swelled up and. I wasn't able to use it. I was hoping that I'd be good to go, but made the decision that I'm just not going to be healthy enough to fight. So I feel very disappointed for this. I've had almost 60 fights now and only had to pull out of one, I think, because of a cut. So, I'm not one for real big on pulling out. I like fighting and was really stoked to go, but just not going to be able to make it for this one.
is there anybody that Sean is going to be able to find to fill in for you?
Yep, actually, we were really fortunate there because my actually the person that hurt, I'm going to blame him for hurting my knee, even though I was trying to kick him. It was my cornerman down here is Derrick Noble, who's a UFC vet, has win over Thiago Alves, Jake Ellenberger, among others. So he was helping me train for this fight. He had just fought not long ago, so he was in good shape, and so he was already coming down, and he said he jumped at the chance to take the fight. So it worked out, as well in these situations as it possibly could. It worked out.
So this is not a situation where, they're kind of pulling somebody in who might be in shape, might not be in shape. He was training with you and helping you and probably watching the same pace with you going into this fight.
Yep. And, he's one of my main training partners. And so, like I said, I hate to pull out of injury, but I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, at least that, someone who's so close to it and part of my camp was able to kind of represent my honor. Actually, I was going to say laying here with him, but we're laying in separate beds in the room. So you're going to defend my honor, right, Derrick?
I'll try.
He's very top of the league.
And now, is that your, let's say, protege?
That is my protege. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know that we should anoint him my protege until he wins on Saturday. But if you're to win, he's probably my protege. Right now, he's just kind of my little buddy who follows me around and really looks up to me and wants to be me. That
puppy dog that won't leave you alone, the looking up to you.
Yeah, he's like when your older cousin when you were 10, who was 16 and really cool, had the fancy car that you just followed around. And well, we don't worry about the fact that you're older than me, Derrick. We don't worry about details like that. The point is, you want to be me, and you're gonna take your first step in towards that on Saturday.
Now, Nick, one of your opponents was Paul Daley. Obviously, right now, Daley is getting some negative headlines for his actions following the UFC 113 fight with Josh Koscheck. In your dealings with Paul Daley, did he ever give you the impression that, he would pull a stunt like that?
No, Paul was, when we fought, and I think he was pretty frustrated against me as well, and was nothing but respectful, both before and afterwards. And frankly, I kind of hate to see him exiled from the UFC because of this. On the one hand, what he did, obviously, I don't condone and shouldn't be allowed. At the same time, I mean, you have so much emotion going into a fight when you're in there that, everything you put your, the last 3 months on of training is for a 15-minute period. More or less, also your career. I mean, all kind of hinges up to one point. And so I understand being emotional, and I understand someone doing something in the heat of that doesn't reflect them as a person. So I really hate to see somebody get banned for that. And I understand why Dana had to ban him, but I also feel badly for Paul that, a fighter of that caliber really his career loses steam because of a stupid act.